So it's 6 in the morning. There was a terrorist attack in the city last night. I think 19 people died. I don't know what's going on yet, but the first thing I've done is offer a room on Twitter, just in case anyone still needs one. So I'm going to go into town now and see if there's anything that I can do to help. Okay, so I came into town. It's about 6:45 in the morning. First thing I did was went and tried to find some authorities and see if there's anything that I could do. They said it was all handled. So I'm here now and I'm wondering what to do with the day. It's kind of weird observing what's going on. People are starting to get into their jobs now, and things are sort of ramping up, and it's odd because everybody's kind of just carrying on, and at the same time there's helicopters flying around, and you know, I can see out of my eye shot there's a pool of blood on the floor, but then you kind of can't really tell that anything's happened. So I'm wondering, you know, what can I give? I think I might potentially spend the day going around and find people who seem kind of worried or sad, and maybe just give them a hug, because you know, that's something that I could give. So it's a bit later on now. I walked down to where the arena was, and there was lots of like news fans and people doing reports and stuff. I haven't really seen. I think one of the things that's standing out is actually, as an individual, how little you can do in a situation like this. But actually that's a good thing, because the systems and the structures are set up and they work so well that things are kind of taken care of. So I've kind of just been sat here reflecting, looking at the people around, and I was just thinking, like, you know, I haven't seen the news yet, so I have no idea what the cause is, but you know, assuming that it is somebody who's blown themselves up or something, then I was just thinking that it's interesting looking around. Everyone's very somber, and it's strange how, like, you know, I was thinking, if one person that's angry, because it is anger that causes this, if one person that's angry can affect this many people with their anger, then it stands to reason that one person with their happiness can equally affect a lot of people. So I'm guessing, in my head I'm thinking, well, you know, there's a lesson here. If I can be happy and affect as many people as I can with my happiness, then that'll spread out into the world, and we can each do that as individuals. So it's gonna be a long day today. Gotta say, it's pretty weird seeing people walking around with automatic weaponry in the same place where I was only recently. I think one thing I'm thinking about is how amazing our society is, in that everybody here is being shielded from all of this. I've seen a few people who have obviously been close to the event, like electricians and caretakers from the building, and yeah, they were crying. They looked pretty messed up. But because of the system that we've got in place, everyone else is able to get on with their day. I have to say, I think that's an amazing thing. You know, we try and tear these things down, but actually they work really well and they do what they're supposed to do. Also, I found out that it's been confirmed that it was someone. I actually have a little story to say about this. I met somebody once who wanted to blow themselves up. I was doing some of this stuff about 10 years ago, and a close friend of mine brought this guy to me. He says, "Tim, you've got to help this guy. You've got to help this guy. He's got some serious problems." And so I was like, "Oh, fair enough." And I went out and we met and we went to a coffee shop and we chatted. And I can't remember what his name was, but I spoke to him and I said, "You know, what are you wanting to do with your life?" And he was like, "I want to blow people up." Like literally, that was his life goal. He wanted to do that to himself and other people. And obviously, that's pretty absurd and pretty crazy. And I tried to sort of find out what this guy's problem was, why he felt this way. And he had all sorts of problems with his parents. He had issues with his sexuality. It was all really deep stuff. So I don't know. I mean, that's only one example, but I'm wondering if people who choose to do this stuff, if they have issues that they can't resolve, and that's why they resort to this stuff. I don't know. So it's about 9:30 in the morning now, and I've been out for about 2.5 hours. There's loads of people here now. Everything's sort of almost gone back to normal. It's quite strange. When I first got into town in the morning, there was just this huge wave of sadness, really, and then that followed with some grief. You know, looking at the people around, just observing them. There's an immense amount of grief, and then finally all the workers came in, and that kind of has now just fizzled away, and all that seems to remain is a police presence. So I know this is supposed to be part of my social challenge, and I'm supposed to be doing approaches, but honestly, I don't know. I think everyone here is just kind of a bit lost for words. Nobody really knows what to say. So